Tattoos, the ultimate fashion statement. For centuries, humans have marked their bodies with ink, telling stories, expressing beliefs, and making bold statements. Today, tattoos are more popular than ever, crossing boundaries of age, gender, and culture. They're not just for rock stars or rebels anymore. They're for teachers, doctors, parents, and even grandparents. But could this symbol of self-expression also be a ticking time bomb? Let's be honest, tattoos are everywhere. Walk down any street and you'll see sleeves of ink, intricate designs peeking out from under shirts, and tiny symbols on wrists and ankles. Once seen as the mark of outlaws or bikers, tattoos have transformed into a mainstream accessory, embraced by people from all walks of life. They're as common as coffee shops and avocado toast. Celebrities flaunt them on red carpets. Social media influencers show off their latest ink, and tattoo artists are celebrated as creative visionaries. Studios are busier than ever, with people lining up for their own piece of wearable art. Tattoos are more than just ink on skin. They're deeply personal. For some, they're a tribute to loved ones, a reminder of a life-changing event, or a symbol of strength and survival. For others, they're a way to stand out, to belong, or to simply decorate the body. And yes, sometimes they're the result of a wild night's decision, an impulsive act that becomes a permanent part of your story. But with this explosion in popularity comes a serious question. Are we overlooking hidden dangers beneath the surface? We've all heard the warnings about infections, allergic reactions, and the regret that can come with a tattoo that no longer fits who we are. But what if there's more to worry about than just a bad decision or a botched design? What if the real risk isn't the needle, but the ink itself? The vibrant colors and bold blacks that make tattoos so striking are made from complex chemical mixtures. What if the pigments we choose to express ourselves carry long-term risks that few people talk about? Some inks contain heavy metals, preservatives, and compounds that haven't been fully studied for their effects inside the human body. Could our personal art be a hidden health hazard, lurking beneath the surface for years before showing any signs? The latest research suggests the story on your skin might have a dark twist. As scientists dig deeper, they're uncovering surprising truths about what really happens when ink meets flesh, and what it could mean for your health in the years to come. While we've been getting inked, Scandinavian scientists have been quietly working behind the scenes, delving into the mysteries of tattoo ink and its effects on the human body. In state-of-the-art laboratories across Sweden and Denmark, teams of researchers have been meticulously collecting data, analyzing samples, and asking tough questions about what really happens when ink is injected beneath our skin. What they've uncovered is nothing short of alarming. Their findings have sent shockwaves through the scientific community, raising urgent questions about the safety of a practice that millions consider routine and even artistic. Recent studies from Sweden and Denmark have revealed a direct and troubling link between tattoos and a significantly higher risk of developing lymphoma, a serious and sometimes life-threatening type of blood cancer. The research suggests that the ink, once thought to be harmless, may actually trigger changes in the body's immune system, potentially leading to the development of cancerous cells over time. This isn't just a vague warning or a sensational headline. These are peer-reviewed studies, published in respected scientific journals, and the evidence is pointing directly at the chemical composition of tattoo ink as a possible culprit. The risk appears to be especially pronounced with red ink, which is often made with a complex mixture of chemicals, some of which have been flagged as potentially hazardous. Red pigments can contain heavy metals, preservatives, and other compounds that may linger in the body for years, slowly accumulating and possibly interfering with normal cellular processes. Suddenly, the decision to get a tattoo isn't just about choosing a design or expressing your individuality. It's about weighing a very real and serious health risk, one that most people have never even considered. The ink that symbolizes freedom, rebellion, or personal meaning could also carry hidden dangers beneath the surface. The conversation around tattoos is rapidly shifting. It's no longer just about aesthetics, artistry, or cultural trends. Now, toxicology and long-term health effects are at the forefront, with scientists, doctors, and public health officials urging caution and calling for more research. With millions of people already sporting tattoos and millions more considering getting inked every year, this new information is forcing a collective re-evaluation. What was once seen as a harmless form of self-expression is now being scrutinized under the harsh light of scientific discovery. Understanding these studies and what they mean for our health is the crucial first step in navigating this complex and evolving landscape. It's a conversation that everyone, from tattoo enthusiasts to medical professionals, needs to be a part of. The ink under your skin may be more than just a fashion statement. It could be a decision with lasting consequences for your health. At Lund University in Sweden, a team of dedicated scientists set out to answer a question that's been quietly growing in importance. Could tattoos, a form of self-expression embraced by millions, have hidden health risks? Their research was both ambitious and meticulous, aiming to shed light on the long-term effects of tattoo ink on the human body. To get answers, they studied nearly 12,000 adults from all walks of life, carefully tracking their health histories, lifestyle choices, and of course, whether or not they had tattoos. What they discovered was striking. People with tattoos faced a 21% higher risk of developing lymphoma compared to those without any ink. This wasn't a small difference. It was a statistically significant jump that caught the attention of the medical community. For anyone with a tattoo or considering getting one, this finding is hard to ignore. It raises important questions about the safety of a practice that's become almost mainstream. Even more surprising, the risk didn't depend on how much skin was covered. Whether it was a tiny heart on a wrist or an elaborate full sleeve, the increased risk was the same. The size, color, or complexity of the tattoo didn't seem to matter at all. Scientists believe the answer lies in how our immune system responds to tattoo ink. When ink is injected into the skin, the body recognizes it as a foreign substance. This triggers a chronic, low-level inflammation, as immune cells constantly work to contain and break down the ink particles. It turns out, it's not about the amount of ink or the number of tattoos. The simple act of introducing ink into the skin is enough to set off this immune response, regardless of how much or how little is used. Over time, this ongoing immune activity may create an environment in the body that makes it easier for cancer, like lymphoma, to develop. The constant state of alert can wear down the body's natural defenses. So even a small tattoo, something as simple as a single symbol or word, might be enough to set off a chain reaction beneath the surface, one that you can't see or feel, but that could have serious consequences years down the line. The takeaway is clear: no tattoo, no matter how small or discreet, is completely risk-free. It's a reminder to weigh the potential health impacts before making a decision that lasts a lifetime. Ultimately, it's the presence of tattoo ink in your body that raises concern, not the size or style of the artwork. This research urges us all to think twice about what we're putting under our skin. The Danes added another twist with a study of nearly 6,000 twins. They found that large tattoos, bigger than your palm, tripled the risk of lymphoma compared to no tattoos. This suggests that the total volume of ink might matter after all. They also found a higher risk for other skin cancers, except basal cell carcinoma. So is it any tattoo or just big ones? Science isn't settled, but both studies agree tattoo ink isn't harmless. The more ink, the greater the potential risk. The substances we inject are biologically active and can have serious consequences. It's not about panic, it's about making informed choices. What happens when you get a tattoo? Your immune system sees the ink as an invader and goes on the attack. Macrophages rush in, trying to engulf the pigment. Some get stuck, making your tattoo permanent. But not all ink stays put. Some travels through your lymphatic system to your lymph nodes. Surgeons often find tattoo-stained lymph nodes in tattooed patients. These nodes, meant to filter out threats, end up clogged with pigment. This keeps your immune system in a state of chronic, low-grade inflammation. Over time, this stress can cause mutations in immune cells, potentially leading to cancer. Your tattoo becomes a permanent irritant, keeping your body's defenses on high alert. The risk isn't just skin deep, it's systemic. The battle inside you never really ends. Among all tattoo inks, red is the biggest troublemaker. Red ink causes more allergic reactions and complications than any other color. The reason? It's chemical makeup, often containing heavy metals like cadmium and mercury, both known carcinogens. Tattoo inks are poorly regulated, so you rarely know what's really in them. You could be injecting industrial-grade chemicals into your skin without realizing it. Safer alternatives exist, like naphthol-based reds, but not all artists use them. Always ask your artist about their ink's ingredients. If they can't answer, walk away. Your health is worth more than a risky pigment. Don't play Russian roulette with your skin. Lymphoma is cancer of the lymphatic system, a key part of your immune defense. It starts when lymphocytes, white blood cells, mutate and multiply uncontrollably. There are two main types, Hodgkin and non-Hodgkin lymphoma. Both are serious, but treatments have improved survival rates. Tattoos aren't the only risk factor. Viruses, immune disorders, and genetics also play a role. But tattoos are now a new piece of the puzzle. Chronic exposure to ink chemicals and the resulting immune response may be an environmental trigger. This research doesn't just affect tattoo fans. It's a clue for cancer researchers everywhere. So, what should you do? If you already have tattoos, don't panic. A 21% increase is a risk, not a sentence. Know the symptoms of lymphoma and talk to your doctor if you're concerned. If you're considering a tattoo, do your homework. Research your artist and their inks. Ask about heavy metals and safety standards. Be cautious with red ink and insist on knowing its ingredients. Maybe start small until science is clearer on the risks. You can't eliminate risk, but you can reduce it by making smart choices. Choose reputable artists, high-quality inks, and be mindful of color. Your body is your canvas. Make sure the paint is safe. The goal is informed choice, not fear. Decorate wisely. Where does this leave us? Tattoos now come with a new asterisk: potential health risks. The science is still evolving, but ignorance is no longer an option. Stay informed, demand safer inks, and choose artists who value your health. As a consumer, you have power. Ask questions and push for transparency. The decision to get a tattoo is personal, but it should be informed. Weigh the beauty and meaning against the risks science is uncovering. Make choices you'll be comfortable with for life. The best tattoo is one you can enjoy, without